So it's been a while since I've done a sort of dev update video for VENDER, and I wanted to show off the sort of main hub level of the game. So this is going to act as your headquarters, and we're currently on the balcony, which is going to serve as your weapon armory throughout the game. This is where you're going to basically store weapons that you collect, and you can pick your load up before you go on a mission. And the game is sort of semi-open world, so progress never resets if you go back to an old area. And you'll be tasked with going back to old areas as well. So it's based in levels, but it's also open world. So you're going to be opening a map to effectively auto travel to certain areas of, let's say, the city. So it's sort of an illusion of open world, right? Where you sort of have that freedom, but you also sort of have a steady path of progression. Anyways, this is the balcony, which is going to serve as your armory. There's 4 floors to this building. The top floor is going to be your gallery, where you can view your collectibles and what you've earned throughout the game. This floor, again, is your armory. The one below this is going to be your shooting gallery, where you can test out loadouts, weapons, and attachments, and different types of ammunition. And the last floor is the hall, where you will plan your missions and travel, effectively. So there's still not really much in this corner of this the balcony, the armory balcony. But I have fully created it. I've got all the lighting how I like it. I've got all the meshes where I want them to be. Other than I need to add something there, I might add some more lockers or weapon crates, because there's a lot of weapons in this game. There's probably going to be about a solid 30 to 40 weapons and counting, from classic to make believe. The ones you see right here, obviously your classics: M16, Bison, USP. Over here we have the S181, which is the signature gun that you will be playing with in this game. You have the F1V9 sniper rifle, fully added with sound effects, recoil, ammunition, and bullet ammo type, and attachment systems. The only thing that is missing currently is weapon swap animations, weapon pickup animations, and reload animations. Other than that, I've got everything how I want it to be, and from here it is AI and developing actual levels, other than the headquarters. And as you can see, we are currently on Epic. We are also, I tried this on my laptop because my laptop has a 4K HDR display, and it looks incredible. This game looks so freaking realistic. The Unreal Engine 5, Nanite, Lumen, and ray tracing look incredible. So yeah, Epic with ray tracing, Nanite, and Lumen enabled. We're on a 3060 Ti, and we are getting 60 to 100 FPS depending on where I look. So it's definitely a tanky game, and that's what I want it to be. This game is not releasing for years, so I expect the hardware to definitely be up to date by then. And even then, again, on this headquarters level, I am getting 60 FPS with full ray tracing and on Epic settings. For a 3060 Ti, that is pretty impressive. So it's actually not too bad in terms of optimization. You can also see your surroundings. There are barriers here, so you can't jump off. But there, again, you go through these glass doors here to get to the other areas of the headquarters, which haven't been developed yet. I have only developed both the armory and the surrounding landscape, which I am very happy with. As you can see, there's the mountains over this way, and there's some more over there, and the rest is just the city. It's a little bit low mesh, so I might have to come up with some new meshes for the city, because you can sort of tell that they're pretty low mesh. Maybe push those away and get some new meshes that are a little bit cleaner and sharper for the close-up. There are going to be some closer buildings too. As you might notice, it might feel like you're quite far away. Again, we've got sprinting, sliding, jumping, and vaulting. Vaulting, you have to look up to trigger. There's kind of a vaulting animation for the actual getting up, but there's no, like, you don't really put your weapon away or anything. Like, this shot right here really shows off how amazing those nanite and lumen shadows are with that ray tracing. As you can see, the shadow moving across the hand is incredible. If we go over here, and even the tree, it is actually blowing. You can see the god rays even coming through the leaves there from the moon. You might know something a little bit funky though. There's also no moon in the sky, so I have to get that added. I've kind of forgotten about that. But as you can see, if I position myself in a spot, the leaves actually change on my hands because they're moving in the wind. And this is the power of Unreal Engine 5. It is fucking amazing, to be honest. All the guns work, so the M16, again, this is with iron sight, so it's pretty uncomfortable, but that's what I want. This is a realistic game. M16 is a black market weapon. Since this is a futuristic game, it is a classic weapon. You'll get to know more about the lore as that time comes. We'll give a quick firing test for the M16 and some of the other weapons we have here with us. So the M16 is fully, it's got audio and everything. It holds 30 rounds per magazine. You will be able to get extended magazines. There's also a bunch of features I am proud to show off later down the pipeline, but that will not be today. Next we'll cover the sniper rifle, which I've already shot a couple times. It's got a high kick. It's a one-shot headshot kill, 90 to the body. And again, currently this is a PvE game, so it's a single-player, story-based, semi-open world experience. I would like to add multiplayer down the pipeline, but that is not for the foreseeable future, since that is a huge demand because I know nothing about netcode right now, so that will be something I have to learn. Right now it's focusing on AI and levels and actually getting a demo experience out there, hopefully by the end of the year. So again, this gun has a lot of kick. It has 5 bullets per magazine. Fully has full audio and everything. I haven't actually created the pickup for the USP yet, so we're not going to be able to pick that one up yet. Next we can move on to maybe the S181, which is the iconic signature weapon for VENDER. This is the VENDER's main weapon, or the protagonist's main weapon. It is a 2-shot headshot, I think a 4-shot or 5-shot body shot. Sorry, it's a 1-shot headshot, I actually believe. It is semi-automatic, so it's a single fire, high accuracy, and this has one of our first attachments on it that I've actually modulated alongside the scope on the F1V9 or whatever the fuck I called it. The names, everything sort of makes sense. I came up with the names quite strategically, but I just can't remember why for the sniper yet. But anyways, the S181 is effectively an assault rifle version of the USP. It's 5.56, I believe. It is got, again, my new attachment system. It is running the signature Walter PK red dot sight. You're going to be able to change the colors to whatever you like. That is part of my customization to your armory in this game. And there's a bunch more to cover when it comes to customization, but again, that is way down the pipeline, a good year or maybe more down the pipeline until I reveal full customization details of this experience. And again, this is just the headquarters we're showing off. There's still so much to dive into and discuss about what I want to do and what's to come. So again, this gun holds, I believe, 17 bullets per magazine. As you can see, there's also not really much UI. The only UI that's currently in is the pickup UI. But yeah, it's a single fire, 1-tap headshot, powerhouse. And the next gun, and the last gun that I have actually constructed for today's demo, is the PP Bison. This is another black market classic weapon. And again, I think it's the classic 84 round magazine, high recoil, low damage, but you know, it's great for that close range gameplay. Again, there's quite fast paced movement, so you can like slide pretty far and then hop over. This is sort of one of the experiences I wanted to keep in, is that tactile movement, even though it's currently just a single player game. And depending on the weapon and what other equipment you have will actually impact your mobility and velocities. So anyways, on with the shooting test for the PP Bison. It is suppressed. You will be able to take the suppressor off, but currently it is defaulted with the suppressor attachment on. It is same with the sniper. It is same with the S181. You will be able to take suppressors off guns, sights off guns. There's not going to be too many other things, like too many different types of compensators and stuff, or muzzle brakes, whatever, because a lot of those don't really matter. It's just going to be ones that actually impact your gameplay experience. So that's sights, suppressors, magazine sizes, and ammunition types. So you're going to be your main attachment types. There's going to be a lot of those though, but yeah, there's not going to be like different triggers, different firing pins, different stocks. It's not that in depth to the point where it's to the stat. It's more to the actual, how's it going to affect your gameplay. A suppressor is going to make you more stealthy. A sight's going to make maybe a little bit better for you to aim, more ammo, more enemies. It's just quite basic, but it's quite in depth to those basic attachments. Like you'll have a lot of different scopes, obviously, for the different needs. Anyways, shooting some more of this PP Bison here. You can hear the shells hitting the ground. That was one of my favorite touches to add. There is bullet deviation when you hip fire, so again, ADS to get the best accuracy. There's no deviation if you are strafing and shooting though. It is 100% accuracy. Wherever your crosshair is where your bullet goes. Even though I'm swaying right now, it gets a little bit tricky, but that's how I wanted it. So if I'm strafing, my crosshair, I can still know where to shoot exactly, but I sort of have to counter strafe with my aim a little bit. So it is best to stand still, don't get me wrong, but you can shoot and stay accurate if you're good at it. And that comes with recoil control as well. Recoil patterns are sort of like Counter-Strike. They are mesmerizable across the weapons, so you can pull down and get an accurate pull. M16, if we just let it go up, it goes quite high if we control that. It's that easy. And that is everything I have for you today. And next week I might dive a bit into the customization and sort of the way I want to approach this open world, semi-open world experience. And I'll see you then.